From courtside to Capitol Hill, crossing boundaries and borders, if it's trending, I'm talking about it. Welcome back to the Emily Austin Show. Today we're talking about Brandon Ingram acting out, Stefon Diggs adding to his growing list of baby mamas, the Giants firing their head coach halfway through the season, and finally, GTA 6 has a release date after what feels like a lifetime. Then we dive on into the Olympics banning trans women from competing in women's events, what took them so long, and why it's not transphobic to state facts. In Gametime, we'll be debating life's most important questions, and in The Odds Are In, we'll check what the internet is betting on this week. Last but not least, and here's what you should care about, we discuss Trump's new focus on affordability that might actually shift the political landscape. Before we get into the scroll, let's give a personal update. I know everyone's wondering, oh my God, why does she look so pretty? Why is she all glammed up? Oh my God, I know. I'll put the rumors to rest, okay? I just came back from the movie premiere of Now You See Me, Now You Don't with Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Morgan Freeman, Dave Franco. By the way, we'll put all the pics here. It was very cool. And it was really fun. Tomorrow I go to Toronto. I will be running through the 6 with my woes. Actually, I'll be doing a basketball event with Bruce Pearl and Amari Studmeyer. It's going to be really cool. And then next week, I fly across the world to Saudi Arabia, but I will check in with you guys before then on Friday, so let's get into the scroll. First up, Brandon Ingram. So he throws a water bottle, he's clearly frustrated, and now the bottle bounces, smacks a staffer right in the face, and then Brandon sits there on the bench like nothing happened, not even a flinch. Now, I get it, emotions are running high. Trust me, nobody hates to lose more than I do, and sports get very intense. But that's exactly when characters show. And instead of checking in on the person that he hit, like, I don't know, a normal person, he's sitting in the back like he's waiting for his Uber. It's just a bad look. Accidents happen, of course, but owning it matters. Just go to the guy and say sorry. Check in. Don't act like he's invisible. It's not that he threw it. Don't get me wrong, like I've smashed my tennis racket, but I'll never throw it and it hits someone and then I'm gonna act like it never happened. So it was his silence after the fact. Now here's the thing, whether players like it or not, y'all are role models. Every kid in a jersey is looking up to you guys. They copy your moves, your language, your confidence, the energy, all of it. So you don't have to be perfect. No one's expecting you to do that. But when you're on that court and there's cameras on you, you represent more than just yourself. You represent your team, your city, your brand, and you're that role model that the kids are watching. So you can't talk about being a leader and then sit there after hitting someone like it's nothing. The NBA's entire image relies on athletes setting a tone, on respect, not ego. So yeah, people notice when you act like you're above accountability, and it's disgusting. Next up, Stefon Diggs. Congratulations are in order. Kind of. A paternity test just confirmed that he's the father of Instagram model Aileen Lopera's baby girl. But here's the plot twist. He's also expecting a child with his girlfriend, Cardi B. That's 4 children on the way with 4 different women. Bro is starting an expansion team here. At this point, he's the Nick Cannon of the NFL. Or maybe Elon Musk. Elon Musk is definitely catching up. Oh wait, he surpassed Nick Cannon. Yeah. You are the Elon Musk of the NFL. We used to joke about athletes fumbling the bag. Stefon's fumbling the calendar. Like, who's scheduling all these baby showers? How are you going to divide your Christmas between the 4 baby mamas? Are they all going to be there? Are they all going to simultaneously chill? Like, Cardi B is one of these baby mamas. I can't really visualize what holidays are going to look like. Does he have existing kids? I don't know. But this is crazy, and he's just getting started. I mean, 4 baby mamas at the same time. God. Honestly, like, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Third, we got the Giants firing their head coach halfway through the 4th season. So let me tell you, my producer is going through it right now. He is in his feels. His friends are making fun of him, and honestly, valid. The vibes in here, funeral today. Absolute mourning. Giants fans are in shambles. And look, this season came with high expectations. They've got Jackson Dart, real talent across the board. But they couldn't just put that all together. At some point, that falls on the leadership. And it's brutal, But that's sports. If you can't win, someone's packing boxes and getting out. And now they need someone who can take all that talent on the roster and make it click. Because the Giants should not be this irrelevant. Not with that roster and not in a city like New York. We don't like to lose, says the sad Knicks fan. And finally, the moment gamers thought would never come. GTA 6 finally has a release date. November 19th, 2026. Rockstar said they're taking extra months to add polish, which is fine. We love the polished product, trust me. But let's just put this into perspective for a brief moment. Since GTA 5 came out, Trump got elected not once, but twice. Queen Elizabeth died. Elon Musk bought Twitter and renamed it to X. The iPhone 5 turned into the iPhone 15. We went from 2 genders to 72 genders, and a kid named the Rizzler became a cultural figure. And the Cubs won a championship. We've lived through eras waiting for this game. So at this point, GTA 6 coming out is not a game release, it's a historical event. But the real headline today is not about sports or gaming as much as I would have loved it to be. It's actually about fairness. The Olympics just made a massive ruling banning trans women from competing in women's events after confirming, are you ready? That they have biological advantage. So let's talk about it. The Olympics have finally done what should have been done years ago, which is banning trans women from competing in women's sports. Are you ready? They've done it now because they've confirmed through extensive research that these biological men have an advantage. Good morning, America and the rest of the planet Earth. Honestly, I'm disgusted that it took this long. For years, people gaslit women, calling them hateful or transphobic just for saying what everybody with a brain already knew. Men and women are biologically different. That's how God made us. I don't make up the rules. That's just what it is. Strength, muscle mass, bone density, lung capacity, these differences matter in sports. So this wasn't about inclusion like they portrayed it to be. It actually became about delusion. The idea that men beating women in physical competition was somehow progressive was one of the biggest lies modern culture has ever tried to sell us. Now, under the Biden administration, we were practically forced to accept this. Like disagreeing made you a monster. They rewrote the language, the rules, the definitions. If you said, oh, I don't think a man should be in women's sports, you were labeled as hateful. Meanwhile, girls who trained their entire lives were losing titles, scholarships, and opportunities because nobody wanted to offend anyone. We reached a point where protecting the truth became controversial. And all the while, those people preaching equality were letting women lose everything that they had earned. Now, you ready for this? Serena Williams, the icon herself, admitted this years ago. In 2013, she went on The Late Show with David Letterman, and she said that if she had played Andy Murray, one of the top male players, she'd lose 6-0, 6-0 in under 10 minutes.
For me, tennis and men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost 2 separate sports. So I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because no, it's true. It's true. It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster, and they serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game.
The greatest female tennis player of all time said it herself. Now, she didn't say it out of insecurity. She said this out of honesty, because Serena knows that men's tennis is just a different game. Their serves are faster, their hits are harder, and physicality is on another level. So why is it considered controversial to say what Serena Williams said over a decade ago? Why were women bullied into silence for protecting their own spaces in sports? I'm not even talking about the locker rooms right now. I'm not talking about the fact that men were naked in locker rooms with young girls. That's just disgusting and that's invasive. But I'm not even speaking about that right now. I'm talking about fairness in competition. Now, I want to be very clear. This is not about hating anyone. I know beautiful people who are trans, truly kind, amazing people. Some of them are even my friends. But even they recognize how wrong it is to let biological men compete against women. It's not about identity. It's about biology. Now, let me be very clear. This is not about hating anyone. I know beautiful people who are trans, truly kind, amazing people. And even they recognize how wrong it is to let biological men compete in women's sports. Even Caitlyn Jenner knows that. And Bruce Jenner was an Olympic winning athlete. He was on every Wheaties box. He was the coolest guy. When my parents were growing up, he was an icon. And now Caitlyn, she can even admit that it's not about identity. It's about biology. So before anyone says, well, not all men are stronger than women. Yeah, no kidding. Clarissa Shields could absolutely wreck 90% of guys in a ring. But professional sports, we're talking about the top 0.1% of the population. And at that level, biology matters. And it's not a matter of opinion, it's just physics. So it is not transphobic to say men have a physical advantage. It's just true. And as Ben Shapiro said, facts don't care about your feelings. Women fought for decades to be taken seriously in sports. In fact, women are still fighting to be taken seriously in sports. Let's be real. So watching their progress get erased by political correctness is painful. Now the Olympics finally caught up to reality. But the question is, why did it take such courage to just tell the truth? And now, to cool myself off, we're going to do game time. And today we're doing debate edition.
Women. C5. Oh. Wing time. Oh. Yeah.
There's no filters, there's no points, it's just opinions that will probably get someone here disliked. So now the first debate. I can't even say this with a straight face. My mother actually tried to tell me about an hour ago that Woody Harrelson is more famous than Morgan Freeman. So let's debate. Is Woody Harrelson more famous than Morgan Freeman? And I'm gonna call my mom, because you know what? I'm gonna put her on the spot for saying something like that.
Hello?
Mommy, I'm exposing you right now. I'm talking about how earlier you tried to arguably say that Woody Harrelson is more famous than Morgan Freeman. So let me just clarify a few things. Okay, is he iconic? Yes. Is he awesome? Also yes. But Mommy, Morgan Freeman is literally the voice of God. Like, he could narrate a tax audit and you'll still feel at peace. So please tell me why you feel that Woody Harrelson is more famous than Morgan Freeman. Like, I just need to out you right now.
I actually think that Morgan Freeman is more famous than Woody Harrelson.
So why would you argue with me earlier?
I didn't. I think you're arguing with yourself.
Okay, so let me actually clarify for the viewers. We were at a movie I can't even believe you said this. We're at a movie premiere, right? Now, Morgan Freeman, I had got off the red carpet. Morgan Freeman was getting off shortly after me, and Woody Harrelson walked in from behind me. So my mom's like, oh my God, go introduce yourself to Woody Harrelson, because he just walked in. And I was like, no, I'm waiting to talk to Morgan Freeman. And then she goes, but Woody's more famous than Morgan Freeman.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I said he's famous, and I said Morgan Freeman is more famous.
No, you didn't.
I
Whatever.
said he was
Okay.
famous
Okay.
years ago for the movies that he did.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, we're going to move on to debate number 2. So essentially, I won this debate, but we'll move on. Okay.
Sure.
Here's the real war. Are you ready? This one's bloody. Pizza crust or pizza body?
Pizza body.
How are you my mom? Okay, listen. The crust is elite when
Ew,
it's done right.
It's tasteless.
What do you mean? You get some garlic, butter, crispy edge, a little bit of char. It's perfection.
You could do that with the pizza body too.
That's not true. Bad pizza with a good crust is still good pizza. I'd rather that than a soggy crust and good pizza. Like, the crust is, it's the grand finale. It's the victory lap.
Then you don't have to eat pizza. Just go buy bread and toast it.
No, it's not. How are you comparing pizza crust to bread?
I don't know.
Okay, well, you're not being a good lawyer. I'm not convinced.
Because I don't know how you just prefer bread over, tomato sauce, cheese, oil, and bread.
Clearly it's not bread. It's like this crispy, zesty. My producer's giving me weird looks too. Maybe I'm in the wrong here, but you know what? Fine. Let's let the viewers vote. If you think that pizza crust is better than pizza body, leave a comment below. And if you think that the body is better than the crust, you're wrong, but let me know in the comments. Thank you, Mother.
Can't wait to be right. Okay, bye.
Bye. Now it's time for the odds are in, because the internet is always betting on something. Now today's odds, one I'm particularly passionate about, and the other one I just find hysterical. So for the first one, we have, will Jesus Christ return in 2025? And the odds are 1%. So let's say I bet yes. Let's put $100. I am betting $100 for $6,441 if I am correct. If you bet no, you're getting back $1. So it's not even worth it to bet no. But here's one that I'm really, really, really passionate about. So the Oscars 2026, right? Best Supporting Actress winner. It's between Tiana Taylor or Ariana Grande. And Ariana Grande is currently favored at 48%, right? And I'll tell you why. We have a lot to unpack here. So Wicked with Cynthia Erivo, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. That movie was treated like it possessed people. It was treated like they have a cult-like following. First of all, I'm gonna admit, I'm not a huge movie girl. There's a lot of iconic movies I haven't watched, like The Godfather, Goodfellas. I lack basic movie knowledge, but I can just tell you, objectively speaking, that the reaction to this movie was cult-like. I mean, if you look at Ariana Grande's interviews with Cynthia, right? They're always caressing each other, and oh, it was so hard filming this with you. What did y'all go through on set? That's a serious trauma bond. Now, the reason I think Ariana Grande is going to get this is because the fans are all in this cult. I must be missing something because I just don't get the hype. Let's say it was the best movie on earth, which it's not. It still has the hype as if you've never seen anything greater in your entire lifetime. So that's besides the fact that I don't even know who Tiana Taylor is. But Ariana Grande will probably get it. I don't even know who the third one is either. Amy Madigan. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I should watch more movies. Now, before we wrap, I will always let you know what you should really care about. So according to Trump's top political advisor, the president's next big focus is affordability. After the Democrats swept the off-year elections by hammering on the cost of living issues, Trump's team says that they are shifting gears into tackling exactly that: prices, inflation, and everyday economic stress. James Blair, Trump's political director, told Politico that the president knows people are struggling, and he plans to make affordability the heart of his message going forward. He says, and I quote, "All the fundamentals are there, and you'll see him be very focused on prices and cost of living." That's what he said. And it's interesting because Democrats won by staying laser focused on economic pain points. And even New York's new socialist mayor Zohran Mamdani pulled all the votes by talking about affordability nonstop. So the big takeaway here is Americans don't want slogans. They want solutions. They want to afford their groceries, their rent, their gas, and have peace of mind. And they actually want policies, not Mamdani's empty promises. So if Trump can successfully shift his message from fighting culture wars, which was very important, but I'd say he won that, into fixing people's wallets, that message will resonate. Even with people who didn't vote for him, people who don't love him. Because at the end of the day, politics are emotional, but poverty is so real. Before we go, here are my final thoughts. Facts don't care about your feelings, and fairness is not hate. Acknowledging biological reality does not make you a bad person. It actually makes you honest. You can both support the trans community and still believe women deserve fairness in sports. These can be simultaneously true. The problem is we've created a culture where telling the truth requires courage. And if that's where we're at, then I will gladly be loud about it, because honesty should not be controversial. It's necessary. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Emily Austin Show, and I will see you on Friday.